All right, here we are in Texas World for the 25th race of the Cup Series season. Yes, we were supposed to be in Bathurst, but when we showed the Australian government our entry list, there were several people in here, several of our drivers that were banned from Australia. So we ended up having to go somewhere else, and this was the only place available. Now we've made some changes to this track here. Well, no changes to the track, I should say. More changes to the cars for this race. These cars are now set up to race like they would do at, say, the Proving Grounds or Riki Raceway. They have those non-restrictor plated cars set up for plate racing, or pack racing, but non-restrictor plates. Now, in the test sessions that we've had so far, they don't stay in a pack. They'll eventually spread out, but the pack racing is good at the beginning. So, we'll have some good action here. You see Ryuko hit the wall over there. Let's see here. Sid Highland here. Getting up to about 180 at the end of the back straightaway and about 210 sometimes at the end of the front. Depends on how you get off that corner. Like, let's see here. Watch that speed count. Probably better in the pack. Gets up to about 201 there. But we were here before, and I believe, if I'm right, the 8 car, Luigi Mario, ended up winning that race when we were here last. See if he can pull it off again. But let's go get into your starting lineup. Alright, and on the pole today is going to be Sid Highland in the 9 with Baldy Baltimore on the outside. Row 2 is Waluigi and William Afton. Row 3, Carl Weiser and Johnny Bravo. Row 4, Andrew Barella and Bob Mustard. Row 5, Jake McIntyre and Mako Mankanchok. Row 6, Peter Griffin and Banana Joe. Row 7, Dr. Eggman and Mark E. Plyer. Row 8, Joseph Joestar and Recky Ralph. Joseph is subbing in for Jonathan. Row 9, Miles Prower and Logan Brunette. Row 10, Senator Armstrong and Richard Watterson. Row 11, Cloud Strife and Peter Parker. Row 12, Zach Fair and Joker. Row 13, Sonic and Mario. Row 14, Clive Rossfield and Shadow. Row 15 is Benson Dunwoody and Jonesy Fortnite. Row 16, Barrett Wallace and Ronald McDonald. Row 17, Arthur Morgan and Papyrus T. Skeleton. Row 18, Ethan Nectar and Joshua Rossfield. Row 19, Luigi Mario and Rufus Shinra. Row 20, Solid Snake and John Fellout. And then rounding out the field today is Ryuko Matoy and Rei Ayanami. We have a total of 50 laps today. Halfway bonus going to be on lap 25. Yeah. We'll go ahead and get you right to that command to fire the engines. Oh, right. Hold on. Where's that 77 car? Okay. Hello? What am I looking at? That was weird. Anyway, there he is. Joseph Joestar in that 77. Ah, okay. He's currently subbing in for the injured Jonathan Joestar after his accident last week. Yeah. Now we'll get you to that command.
Drivers, start your engines!
There is the command to fire the engines up. Pace car gonna start rolling now and lead this field of 42 drivers around for their single pace lap. See all 42 of them going by there. Yeah, halfway bonus lap 25. We're going to see under 40-second laps today. Roughly about 36 is what the poll was that Sid Highwind set. So it's time to get into the action and the chaos that will be the opening couple laps here as they run 2x2 into that first corner. Maybe even 3x3. Because they will spread out pretty quickly here. So, coming through turns 3 and 4, it will be Sid Highwind in the 9 and Baldy Baltimore in the 3, leading the field to the green. So here they come. Off of turn 4. Pace car is in. Green flag in the air. We're racing at Texas World. Lap 1 complete. Sid Highwind in the 9 and Waluigi get out to a pretty sizable lead off the bat. Carl Weezer and Baldy Baltimore up here as well. And then it's 4 wide for a moment there. Joseph Joestar already making his way up into the top 6 here. Making a 4 wide move there on the bottom. But as you can already tell, the pack's starting to spread out a little bit. It'll still be chaotic about midfield on back. But once you get clear of the pack, you start to pull away because you get that clean open air. See, Waluigi is gone for the moment. But we continue to watch here as they run. Zach Fair leading the group for the moment. At least the big group. So he gets clear now. Whoa, big checkup up here for the 91 car. Jake McIntyre lost a lot of speed off of turn 2 there. Bob Mustard out of the groove. It's really only those bottom 2.5-ish lines that are quick. You get anywhere above that. Like you can squeeze 3 cars into 2.5 lanes. But once you get up into that 3rd lane, it's really just a loss of grip. Sometimes, watch the 91 car ripping the top side there. Every once in a while, someone will find a little bit of grip up there and run it. They're 3 wide here. Logan Burnett in the middle. Carl Weezer ripping top. William Afton in the 20, making a move on our pole sitter of Sid Highwind. That's for 3rd. Baldy Baltimore's in 2nd. And the 11 car is gone. Shadow currently the furthest car back on track. And you got this group. Oh my God! Clive Rossfield in the 19. Upside down on his roof. Rolls back over at the bottom of the track. Caution is out. And he's driving. Clive is driving the car away. He is okay. Wow. Waluigi leads him back to the caution flag. Baldy 2nd, Sid in 3rd, William 4th, and Carl Weezer in 5th place. Holy schmoly. Dr. Eggman was the other car involved. Let's Let's take a look at what happened. Alright, watching here, you see they're 4 wide right there, heading into the corner. Marky Plier looks like he's going to squeeze up into the 19, and there's no room up there because they are still 3, and the 66 is just going to hook Clive into the wall. Both cars go launching. Clive gets somehow kept inside the racetrack by a pure act of God, and then slides against the outside wall for a good while upside down, when he'll eventually start sliding back down the racetrack after scrubbing off the speed. Slowly sliding down the racing surface. Luckily, there's no one else coming. And once he reaches that apron, the car will roll back over. Comes to rest on all 4 wheels, billowing smoke, and he somehow is able to drive that 19 car back to the pit lane. Taking another look here. As they head into turn 1, just, oh wow. No catch fences here, so there is no way that that 19 car should have stayed in the track. It's just a complete miracle. On board with the 66 of Dr. Eggman heading into turn 1, and wow. Absolutely crazy. On board with the 29 car of John fell out. Oh. We'll be back with the restart. Welcome back to Texas World. Both the 66 and the 19 are out of the race. Both have driven away from the accident. They are both all okay. Waluigi in the 11 car. Baldy Baltimore in the 3, currently at the front of the field. 40 drivers left in this race. Pace cars in. We're going to go green. And here we go. Green flag back in the air, and the outside line gets a good jump there with the 3 and the 20. Armstrong there as well, helping to push as they head right back down into the turn number 1. Armstrong on the outside there, right against the 11 car. That 11 was the one that got out front and away earlier. We'll see if he can do it again, as he's all over the back of that 20 car. Pushing his teammate, trying to get him to go out front. Not going to work. The outside line prevails. Baldy Baltimore and Senator Armstrong out front, as now Waluigi ducks out from behind his teammate and moves his way up into 3rd. William Afton 4th, Carl Weiser 5th. Then you have the 91 car of Jake McIntyre in 6th. Joseph Joestars in 7th. And look at Zach Farah in that 02. Making a big move on the bottom here. Andrew Barella's into the picture. So's Logan Burnett in that 24 car. Maka Monconcho, Cloud Strife as well. Into turn number 3. Up front, though, it's Baldy for the moment. Waluigi is up here, but had to lift a little bit through the middle of that corner. Here comes William on the bottom, making his way up to 4th. 3 wide for 2nd. And Williams going to send it on in there and get right up to 2nd. Almost runs into the back of the 1 car. Joseph Joestar is in 5th. In his first ever race, subbing for the injured Jonathan Joestar, his grandfather. That's right, Jonathan is the grandfather of Joseph here. Subbing in. The race for the lead still heating up there. William had his dropped back. Armstrong and Waluigi second. Baldy Baltimore currently out front. Baldy came into the series after the passing of Yuffie Kisaragi back at Riki Raceway after her horrible crash. Baldy came in and has been running mediocre ever since. Trying to get a win for that 3 car. Yuffie did win in Kansas. It was doing pretty decent so far this season, but at least up until she passed. Now Baldy, not going to make it to the playoffs, not going to have a chance really. So we'll see what he can do today. We'll look through the rest of the field just to see what's going on. Three wide here, Mario, Jonesy Fortnite, and Joshua Rossfield. Here comes Peter Griffin to join the group. Will anyone make a dangerous 4 wide move? Doesn't look like it. Two Penske cars hounding that 67. That's Zach Fair and Cloud Strife in the 02 and the 22. The third Penske driver is Mario. He's running about mid-pack, trying to get by the 60. And Richard Watterson hounding him. There goes Mario getting by there. I will say, that 22 car has really come into the play in this closing of the regular season. Cloud Strife, he was about mid-30s at the beginning of the season in the points. Started advancing up to the low 30s. Then he was there for a while. And then in the past couple races, he has climbed his way through the leaderboard all the way up to being 16th in the playoffs. Only in by, well, I think it's 0 points. Maybe. I'd have to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure it's 0 at the moment. So, looking for a good day today, and right now, running in the, what is that, the top 12? He's got a good day going for him. Up front, though, still that 3 car, as Joseph Joestar has made his way up to 3rd, almost got by for 2nd, and then had to back off coming out of turn 4. But that 77 car is quick today. Jonathan has never won a race before. Made it all the way to the round of 8 in his first season, which was last year. And then has just been dog shit this year after winning the Clash, as William makes a move for the lead. But Joseph Joestar, in his first race, first attempt, subbing in for his injured grandfather, has made his way all the way up to 3rd. I'm going to mention this a lot. That 77 car is quick today. Jake McIntyre, Logan Burnett, and Andrew Barella battling together here. As Andrew's going to make a good move to the inside there by the 24. That's the battle for 8th between those 3. '91 car starting to pull ahead a little bit. As you can see how much the... Oh, we got a wreck. Peter Griffin, Barrett Wallace hard into the outside wall. Both of them are going to keep moving. Caution is out. Who's going to lead them back to the lines between William Afton and Joseph Joestar? William's going to get it. Joseph in 2nd. Waluigi 3rd. Baldy Baltimore drops back to 5th. And then you got Senator Armstrong in 6th. Or, sorry. Baldy back to 4th. Armstrong is going to be in 5th. Carl Weezer 6th. Malcolm Conchok 7th. Andrew Barella 8th. Jake McIntyre 9th. Logan Burnett in 10th. Let's go see what happened to the 60 and the 31. Looking here, the 3 wide, the 4, the 60, and the 98. Barrett's going to check up a little bit and just get ever so slightly contact with the 60 of Peter Griffin. Get him loose. They're going to slide down into the 8 car Luigi, and that's going to turn both of them to an angle where they just can't save it. Both cars slide up towards the outside wall, and the 60 and the 31 both hit it pretty big time there. As this track, something about it and these walls, they're very easy to climb. A shadow just barely scrapes by that 31 car. Let's get another look here. Take another look. Barrett Wallace and Peter Griffin, just, yeah, as I described before. Luigi nowhere to go. Stuck on the bottom. Hopping on board Shadow here at the back of the pack. You'll see them wreck up ahead. Up in the air, and then, yo, just barely scrapes them. On board with Richard Watterson. There's the initial contact. There's the hit with Luigi. There they go up the track and into the outside wall. We'll be back at the restart. Welcome back to Texas World. We're going to go green on lap 24. 2 laps before that halfway bonus. So we'll see if these guys are going to get up here and start getting aggressive to try and get 5 bonus points, because in the grand scheme of things, those 5 points could mean everything. So here they come. Green flag back in the air. Joseph Joestar, Baldy Baltimore, and Carl Weiser on the outside line working well together, getting that jump as they head off into turn number 1 once again. 3 wide there, 4 wide for a moment in the mid-pack. Oh, and Makaman Concho gets turned to the outside wall. There goes Bob Mustard, I mean. Cloud Strife, Marky Plier around. Oh, they're going to save it. Watch out, they're going to rejoin here. Oh, they're 5 wide. 5 wide. Oh, back up the... Oh, Cloud Strife! Arthur Morgan. Cloud on his roof, sliding back down the track, rolling over. Bob slams into Mark. Caution out. The big one. Baldy led him back to the line. He's going to get the halfway bonus. Crazy incident here. Let's go see what happened. Watching here, we're going to see the 67 car get turned by Bob there. A little bit of contact. Bob's going to spin down to the inside all by himself. Then Cloud, trying to avoid the 48, bumps into Sid. Then they bump into Mark. And these two are going to go sliding down to the grass. And then they still have 158 miles an hour of speed heading into the corner. And Cloud Strife and Marky Plier, they're going to slide right back up into traffic. Cloud hits Jonesy and then launches his car. Airborne, comes back down on his roof. Jonesy Fortnite also a little bit of airtime. We haven't even seen the incident with Mark yet. Joker, big damage there. Mark's going to get involved with Jonesy, Arthur Morgan. And then here comes Bob Mustard. Full throttle. Oh! Right into Mark. Big crash. Gonna keep our eyes on the 38 car this time as he slides back in front of traffic. There goes Arthur up in the air. He comes back down pretty okay. Actually a fairly minor incident back here. Oh, until that. Alright, well, we had a short rainstorm, and it has cleared up, so that's good. Now, when the lightning struck, we lost all our coverage and all our data on where the cars were on track. So we let them repair the cars like usual, but we have no idea what the order was because we don't have access to the footage until later. So we're just going to guess and hope we get it right. Richard Watterson and Ronald McDonald leading us back to the green. So, yeah, a bit of a switch up in the order. Our lap count says 20 because that's how many laps are left. Green flag back out. They dive off into turn number 1. Looking through everybody. A couple drivers that were at the front now midfield, especially Joseph. Baldy's all the way at the back after having such a good day earlier. He did lead the halfway bonus. Richard out front now in the 18. Sid Highwind up to second. Ronald McDonald in third. They're 3 wide behind. 4 wide. Ryuko Matoy on the bottom. John fell out and Mario in the middle. Still standing. Poor Andrew, having a really good day earlier. All of a sudden his car, I don't know, he had a terrible pit stop and now he's fucking almost dead last. Not sure what happened to the 7 car. The dead last of the guys remaining as here comes Sid Highwind and Benson Dunwoody. I don't think we've said Benson's name all day. Making his way up into the 2nd position. Dropping back there. Oh, we got trouble. 1 car up in the air. It's Wrecky Ralph. Sliding back down the track. His car's destroyed. Watching here, they're 4 wide entering turn 1. That never works out. He's going to squeeze up right in front of Joseph Joestar and Johnny Bravo. The 6 hits the outside wall big time, up and over. Comes back down on all 4. He will drive the car back to the pit lane, so we know he's okay. But Wrecky Ralph's car basically destroyed now. Let's give you another look here. On board with Peter Parker in the 47 car. Oh! We'll be back at the restart. Whoa. Back here in Texas World. Someone forgot to tell the drivers to double up. So, single file restart. For some reason. Diving off into turn 1. We'll see if this will maybe allow them to go a little longer. Look at Ray Ayanami in the 00, ripping the top line there. That's the field. Starting to bunch up here. Oh, they're very close together there. I think that was the 24 and the 60. 4 wide down the front straightaway. Wrong direction. Heading into the corner. There they go. Ryuko Matoy, Zach Fair, Rufus Shinra. Oh, Ryuko. Looks like everybody's going to keep it moving here. Watching here, they're 4 wide entering the corner. Joshua Rossfield, Joseph Joestar, and Rufus Shinra. See that 51 car. It's going to get shoved up the track by the 77, right up into Zach Fair. Rufus also around, and they're going to bounce into the outside wall. Ryuko, a little bit of air time. Gets on her left side tires, then gets up against the wall, and Rufus is going to get underneath her and shove her up and in the air even more. Then they all come back down to earth. They all come back down to earth. To earth. And the 51's going to slide down the banking here and then get her back rolling. Pretty nice and easy wreck. Let's give you another look. On board with Rufus Shinra here. Wow. Alright, we'll be back to the restart. Back here in Texas World. We're going to go green with 7 laps to go. Ray Ayanami is your leader. Ronald McDonald in second. Neither of these two were, I think, anywhere near the front until the pit stops under the red flag. But going green, we'll go ahead and see what'll happen. Here we go. Green flag back in the air here in Texas World. 7 laps to go. Ronald on that outside line getting clear. Help from Barrett Wallace. He was involved in a wreck earlier. Benson Dunwoody there. On the bottom, help from Peter Griffin. Trying to get a run. Ray Ayanami has lost the lead. Ronald gets clear. Barrett Wallace. Here comes Benson in the 43. Getting a push from that 60 car on the bottom. Now Peter's going to make it way down low to the bottom. Peter Griffin in the 60. Up to second. Looking for the lead. He was involved in a wreck earlier. Got his car repaired under the red flag. 6 to go. Peter Griffin's at the lead. Side by side with Ronald. Here comes the 43 car. Is he going to catch up? We'll have to see. Ronald out front. At the back of the pack. A lot of commotion. Will we have another wreck before this race is over with? Only time will tell. But at the front, it's still that 23 car. Here comes Peter. Big run around the outside. He had to check up huge. Slammed on the brakes almost. 5 laps to go here at Texas World. Peter Griffin is out front once again, but only by the nose of his car. As Ronald's still on the inside, he's going to get clear though. Sid Highwind in third. Benson fourth. Ray Ayanami in fifth. Barrett Wallace and Jake McIntyre is in seventh. John fell out eighth. Shadow in ninth. And Logan Burnett rounding out the top 10. The battle between the 60 and the 23. Here comes the 9 into the picture. Will Sid Highwind have anything for these top 2? He's going to get to the outside of the 23 car. 4 laps to go now. It's Peter Griffin out front. If these two in second continue to battle, will that allow the 60 to get away? What? Hello? Okay. Look at this back here. Everyone jostling for position, trying to get as much as they can late in the race. Up front, though, it's Peter Griffin all by himself. 3 laps to go here at Texas World. Barrett Wallace is in second. The top 2 were involved in a wreck earlier together. Both hit the outside wall. Both took a little bit of airtime. Here comes Barrett on the outside. Side by side for the lead, and Barrett's going to get clear. Now Peter Griffin using the top lane. He's going to get back by. Ronald McDonald coming too. Coming to 2 laps to go now. Peter out front again. Barrett in second. Ronald third. Ray Ayanami's in fourth. Then it's Jake McIntyre in the top 5. Look at Logan Burnett in the 24 up to 6th. Down this back straightaway. Ronald McDonald looking low. Has a big run here. Looking to get to the inside into turn number 3. He will. And he's going to get clear. Ronald back to the lead here with only a lap and a quarter to go. Off of turn 4. They're going to see the white flag this time. 1 lap to go here in Texas World. Ronald at the line. Peter Griffin in second. Third place, Barrett Wallace. Jake McIntyre's up to fourth. Side by side for the lead. Ronald McDonald out front. Peter Griffin in second. Peter has to back off through turn 2. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Into turn 3. Ronald McDonald. Out by himself now. He won at Atlanta earlier this year. Comes off of turn number 4. Ronald's going to win in Texas World. Peter Griffin second. Third place is Barrett Wallace. Fourth place, Ray Ayanami at the line over Jake McIntyre, who comes in 5th. 6th place is going to go to John Fellout. William Afton in 7th. 8th place, Benson Dunwoody. Sid Hyland. Sorry. What? 8th place is Sid Hyland. 9th place, Benson Dunwoody. And Logan Brunette will round out the top 10. Wow. What a race. Thrilling final laps. Crazy wrecks. We hope that the drivers involved in that big accident before the red flag are okay. We'll give you further updates on them as the broadcast progresses. Oh, we got some problems on the pit lane. Oh, shit. People are running into each other on the pits. The 91's destroyed. The 24. Okay. But as the weekend progresses, we'll give you further updates on the drivers that were involved in that wreck. Specifically, Markiplier, Bob Mustard, and Cloud Strife. Those are the ones that took the hardest hits there. But, yeah, we'll go ahead and add the points up, and then we'll be right back. Alright, and with one race remaining after this, before the playoffs begin, Benson remains your points leader by a large margin. Barrett Wallace in second. Sonics in third. William Afton fourth. Luigi Mario in fifth. Miles Prower sixth. Peter Griffin in seventh. Mario in eighth. Andrew Barella's in 9th. Markiplier in 10th. Recce Ralph 11th. Logan Brunette is in 12th. Waluigi 13th. 14th is Senator Armstrong. Ronald McDonald moves up to 15th. 16th is Jake McIntyre, and he's in by about 57 points. So that's probably the highest the margin between 16th and 17th has been in a while. 17th is Banana Joe. 18th, Cloud Strife. Maka Monconchuk's in 19th. Peter Parker 20th. Joker's in 21st. Ryuko Matoi 22nd. And then we have a tie for 23rd between Bob Mustard and Clive Rossfield. Yeah, so next week we have the first race of the playoffs for the Truck Series here at Darlington, and the Cup Series final race of the regular season will be next week, also at Darlington. And yeah, we'll see you then. All right, and here are the rest of the points after Texas World. See Markiplier, he is going to be injured. He is out for 2 weeks. He is in a position where he should be okay. He will make the playoffs, but he will still miss the first race of the playoffs. So he's going to be in a bit of a hole in this round of 16 here. But coming down here, Cloud Strife also injured, out for just next week, which means his playoff hopes are over. He won't be in Darlington. Coming down here, though, so Clive Rossfield gets the position over Bob because he has 2 more top 10s. 24th is Bob Mustard. 25th, Sid Hyland. 26th, Richard Watterson. 27th is Jonesy Fortnite. Shadows in 28th. Solid Snake 29th. Arthur Morgan in 30th. Zach Fair 31st. Jonathan Joestar 32nd. Still out for 2 more weeks. Rufus Shinra 33rd, Carl Weiser 34th, Eggman's in 35th, John Fellout 36th, Baldy Baltimore 37th, Ray Ayanami 38th, Joshua Rossfield in 39th, Johnny Bravo 40th, Papyrus T. Skeleton 41st, and Ethan Nectar 42nd. Joseph Joestar adds on to the sub list. And, yeah, next week is Darlington, the final race of the Cup Series regular season, the first race of the Truck Series playoffs, and we'll see you then.